The night sky, vast and indifferent, has always held humanity's gaze. But what if the celestial canvas hides something beyond our understanding? Something linked to our most destructive creations? This is the chilling intersection of UFO sightings and nuclear weapons facilities, where the impossible meets the terrifyingly real. For decades, whispers of strange lights and unexplained phenomena have surrounded our deadliest weapons. Eyewitness accounts from highly trained military personnel paint a compelling picture. They describe advanced craft with impossible agility, sometimes interacting with nuclear systems. These events are documented by military personnel, corroborated by radar data and physical evidence. Are they guardians, observers, or something else entirely? We stand at the edge of a mystery, staring into the abyss of the unknown. March 1967, Malmstrom Air Force Base, Montana. The biting wind howled across the plains. A sense of unease gripped the men and women stationed at one of America's most vital nuclear installations. The danger wouldn't come from a hostile nation, but from the skies above. Reports of a large glowing object hovering near the base perimeter. Security personnel reported the object maneuvering erratically. Missiles malfunctioned, going offline in a pattern that followed the object's movements. Robert Salas vividly recalls the events of that night. The Malmstrom incident, documented in official Air Force files, sent shockwaves through the military establishment. Hundreds of miles to the east, another nuclear bastion found itself in the crosshairs of the unexplained. Vignette Air Force Base, nestled in the vast expanse of North Dakota, became the stage for not one but multiple encounters with unidentified aerial phenomena. These incidents, spanning several years, would further solidify the link between UFO sightings and nuclear weapons facilities. In 1966, a B-52 bomber returning to Minot after a routine training mission encountered a large disc-shaped object near the base. The pilots described the object as metallic with pulsating lights and capable of incredible speed and maneuverability. Their encounter, witnessed by ground radar operators, lasted for several minutes before the object vanished at an impossible velocity. A year later, in 1967, the Minot encounters took a more unsettling turn. Security personnel at a missile silo reported seeing a bright light hovering over the facility. This time, however, the object wasn't content with mere observation. As the light descended, the security team claimed their radio communications were disrupted, and the electronic gate to the silo malfunctioned, swinging open as if controlled by an unseen hand. These repeated incidents at Minot, coupled with the events at Malmstrom, painted a disturbing picture. Was there a pattern emerging, a deliberate targeting of America's nuclear arsenal by unknown forces? The Air Force, bound by secrecy and the fear of sparking mass panic, downplayed the events. But for those who stood watch over America's nuclear arsenal, the Minot encounters served as a stark reminder that the skies held mysteries far beyond our comprehension. The rugged coastline of California, home to Vandenberg Air Force Base, might seem an unlikely setting for a close encounter. Yet this vital launch facility, responsible for sending satellites and missiles into space, has its own share of chilling UFO incidents. The encounters at Vandenberg, however, take on a different tone, hinting at a possible motive behind these incursions. In 1964, a film crew documenting a missile test captured something extraordinary on film. As the camera rolled, capturing the missile's fiery ascent, a bright object streaked into view. The object, clearly visible on the developed film, paced the missile for several seconds before abruptly changing direction and disappearing into the clouds. This wasn't an isolated incident. Over the years, Vandenberg personnel have reported numerous sightings of unexplained aerial phenomena, often in close proximity to missile launches. Some witnesses describe these objects as silent metallic orbs, while others speak of cigar-shaped craft capable of incredible acceleration. What sets Vandenberg apart is the recurring theme of observation. Unlike the incidents at Malmstrom and Minot, where UFOs seem to directly interact with nuclear weapons systems, the encounters at Vandenberg suggest a more passive role. Could these objects be monitoring our technological progress, assessing our capabilities, or perhaps even acting as silent guardians, ensuring our forays into space remain peaceful? The answers remain elusive, locked away in classified files and the memories of those who witnessed the impossible. But the Vandenberg encounters add another layer of complexity to the UFO puzzle, suggesting motives beyond mere curiosity or random visitation. The UFO phenomenon, it seems, knows no borders. Across the Atlantic, amidst the tranquil English countryside, lies RAF Bentwaters, a joint US-UK airbase that played a pivotal role in the Cold War. In December 1980, Bentwaters became the site of one of the most well-documented and perplexing UFO encounters in history, an event that would send ripples through the intelligence community for decades to come. The events unfolded over several nights, beginning with reports of strange lights in the sky near the base perimeter. Then, on the night of December 26th, a security patrol led by Deputy Base Commander Charles Holt ventured into Rendlesham Forest, drawn by reports of unusual activity. What they encountered would defy explanation. Holt, a seasoned military officer, described a metallic triangular craft hovering silently amongst the trees. The object emitted beams of light and made a high-pitched humming sound. Holt and his men approached cautiously, their flashlights cutting through the darkness. As they drew closer, the object moved silently through the forest, eventually disappearing into the night sky. The Bentwaters incident, corroborated by multiple witnesses and documented in official reports, including Holt's now famous memo to the Ministry of Defence, sent shockwaves through the UK government. It wasn't just the sighting itself, but the alleged physical evidence: indentations in the ground where the craft had hovered, and elevated radiation levels. That lent credence to the story. Bentwaters, like the incidents in the US, highlighted the global nature of the UFO phenomenon and its apparent interest in military installations, particularly those housing nuclear weapons. The case remains unsolved, a testament to the enduring power of the unknown. The chilling accounts from Malmstrom, Minot, Vandenberg, Bentwaters, and countless other locations paint a picture of a phenomenon with a clear interest in our nuclear capabilities. Yet for decades, governments around the world have met these stories with a wall of silence, denial, and often outright ridicule. Why the secrecy? Some argue it's a matter of national security, a fear that acknowledging the existence of advanced technology could sow panic and undermine global stability. Others believe it's about controlling the narrative, preventing mass hysteria, and maintaining the illusion of control. Whatever the reason, the result is the same: a culture of secrecy that has stifled open investigation and fueled public distrust. Official reports are often heavily redacted, witnesses silenced with threats of reprisal, and evidence dismissed as misidentification or natural phenomena. This official stonewalling has created a vacuum, one readily filled by speculation, conspiracy theories, and misinformation. It has also hindered our ability to understand a phenomenon that, if real, has profound implications for humanity's future. In recent years, the once impenetrable wall of secrecy surrounding UFOs has begun to crumble. Driven by a growing public appetite for the truth, fueled by the release of previously classified documents and the testimony of high-profile witnesses, the conversation is shifting from denial to disclosure. In 2017, the New York Times published a groundbreaking report revealing the existence of a shadowy Pentagon program tasked with investigating UFOs. The program, funded with millions of dollars in black budget money, confirmed what many had long suspected. The government was taking the UFO phenomenon seriously. This revelation, coupled with the release of declassified government documents and the increasing willingness of former military personnel to speak out, has spurred a renewed push for transparency. Lawmakers are demanding answers, scientists are calling for open and objective study, and the public is no longer content with vague explanations and official denials. This shift towards transparency is a significant development, a sign that the stigma surrounding the UFO phenomenon is beginning to fade. While we are still far from full disclosure, the momentum is building and the truth, as they say, is out there.